This is a great day for North of Superior Tourism. The room is filled with dignitaries and NOSTA members, and this is really a show of confidence in our tourism industry, and anybody involved in the tourism industry should be very happy to see a room full like this. My name is Bruce Fallon. I'm the Executive Director of the North of Superior Tourism Association. We're currently at our AGM at the Travelodge Airlane Motel in Thunder Bay. And today we had our business meeting and we had our board elections. So there were reports and elections of the board, and we now have 5 new directors. North of Superior Tourism Association is a tourist association that markets tourism in a 60,000 square mile area from the English River to White River, up to the Albany River, down to the shores of Lake Superior. Tonight we're having a guest speaker, Dr. Robert Roshart. He's the economic facilitator for Northwestern Ontario. And my understanding is Dr. Roshart's going to be providing recommendations on specific tourism initiatives, tourism-related initiatives that he has come up with after consultation with the industry over the last number of months.
A while back, in the 2007 Ontario budget, the province appointed Dr. Robert Roshart as our Northwestern Ontario economic facilitator to work with local people and businesses to help ensure and inspire a new generation of growth in our Northwestern Ontario area. When he was the president of Lakehead University, he was one of the most influential men in Northwestern Ontario, if not the most influential man. And he continues to be one of the most influential people in Northwestern Ontario as he helps us to shape our future. Please join me in helping to welcome Dr. Robert Roshart.
In doing this exercise, I've had some fascinating discussions with a lot of people. I've met over 100 different groups and individuals. I've been to 13 of 14 different municipalities in Northwestern Ontario, and I'm about to embark on a select number of First Nations. One of the things we've been trying to do is to try and, when we get an idea or get a bit of a vision, we test it out on the people we've been meeting with. We've been aggressively having meetings with people since the beginning of June. Other than one notable exception, it was quite a while before anybody mentioned tourism. You know, it started to, you know, we looked at, you know, obviously we hear a lot about forestry, we heard a lot about mining, heard a lot about government. I was surprised that it was a while before tourism was mentioned. And there are some real issues in terms of the industry. I'll focus on the sort of traditional hook and bullet industry. You know, what I heard most about early on and repeated time and time again was, okay, the dollar's something you got to live with, the passport people are going to have to learn to live with, but it was issues like border crossings, harassment at the border crossing, the DUI issue, the way Canada treats impaired driving convictions compared to the United States, and the negative flack when you end up you got a corporate group going to a lodge and you end up one of them can't get across the border. Like, it's a guaranteed way of losing business in future years. And, you know, those were the issues people talked to me about at length. The need to sort of restore some of the marketing, the traditional marketing. Now, I think in reality, some people were living a little bit in the past, but traditionally it's been successful, and there's a feeling there wasn't a great deal of support for them. There's also some tired facilities out there, and the need to modernize, and recently the Heritage Fund has awarded some funding. I found it sort of interesting. Some people didn't realize that they could actually get funds from the Heritage Fund for modernizing tourist facilities. So there's a need to modernize. My advice would be to stress the product development, the products, and accept the fact that the internet is probably the wave of the future. Now, I've given you a few challenges. What I'm really looking for in the tourism sector is, what are the 2 or 3 things that government might consider doing which would really help tourism in northwestern Ontario? So remember, it's bob.roshart@ontario.ca. So I'd be really interested in hearing your suggestions.